let's see if layer 1 works properly. I don't know. Sometimes I think that it should be updated. Yep. Man, I must have been I must have been tired last night. I logged back in, I got the single shotgun on my back again, which means I went from the single to the lever action and back to the single. I'm not even full health, and there's a bed around right here. So I was less than 100 feet from a... What the fuck? Just... You didn't see nothing. Look the other way and keep walking. I'm less than 100 feet from a bed and I didn't rest. Okay. Not really doing any quests. I don't remember what state of mind I was at when I left last night. So we're gonna go and try to repair everything and then just get back into it. I don't know why Major Knight won't repair the bandana, but I'm not really that pressed about it because the bandana has no durability related influence.
You're making me carry the heavy stuff, aren't you?
Yes, I am. This thing, Oh Baby, which I got from...
Been doing a lot of good work out there, setting an example for the others. I know
the
Ranger
Super
Jackson
Mutant
appreciates
Ski Lodge. I want to say it's Jonestown. I don't think it is. I think it's Jamestown. It is expensive to fix, as you can see. Pushy is as well. I'm not sure why Pushy is so expensive. She wasn't even using it. But we're going to repair everything. And then I'm going to give it back to her.
You're making me carry the heavy stuff, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I have jury rigging, so you're going to see some things that might not seem completely right when I'm repairing stuff. Like, she's no baby. Okay. You're going to see some stuff like, shotgun, particularly the shotgun, being fixed. Using items that don't seem like they jive. This build kind of centers around the shotgun surgeon, jury rigging, and hand loading. So I'm going to be buying ammo for guns that I don't even use.
Take a look.
I'm really just here for some of the other things. Fudge, okay. I'm good. See, do I have extra ammo? No.
Hey.
Down to just match ammunition now. I should probably go to the... Go to the strip and start some faction quest line, but not yet. Can't see shit past his shoulder. There we go. Want to be able to at least have like the Dead Space perspective, close third person, so I can see what's going on. Because I mean, you zoom this all the way out, you can kind of see, but like that's as far out as it will stay locked. I got this big dead area right in front of me. I can't see. Just not really that useful if you're going to be hunting and you can't see the center of your field of vision.
Hey there, need anything?
dragon's breath. Well, he's got a lot. Ugh. Let's go this way. There's so many spots that I could be hunting in that it's kind of absurd that I would deplete all of them at the same time. But as part of this, we're going to go deal with these people because they ambush around here somewhere. Oh, I saw a head.
Trouble.
Should be a leader around here unless that was the leader. Take your drugs. I gotta turn off that soundbar or switch it to something else. I'm getting an echo. I bet that's an ant down there. Let's do this.
Uh-oh.
I don't see shit. There's someone charging. I'm not playing on easy difficulty, it's just the build seems to play out that way against these enemies. It seems like I'm playing on a very low difficulty and that it just decimates them in one hit. Okay. Because this game at least doesn't have such a see like that. I didn't really mean to have to triple tap that guy, but the game's pretty good about not having piss poor weapons even in the entry level. There, let's see, empty. Like this is one of the first shotguns you would get. Albeit it's perfect condition, I have high repair so it stays in good condition for an extended period of time. Shoot him! I didn't want to shoot him again because it took out his whole health bar and didn't kill him. So I was figuring you could blow on him real hard and he would die. It's probably a bighorn herd up there towards that water tower. Yeah, I've hunted in this game so much that I've begun to remember where the herds of enemies spawn. It's not bad, I mean, this game has other ways you could be grinding. Namely doing quests because they give out a much better return on your time in terms of the experience that you would earn, but I find this more enjoyable. It can contentment for me, so to speak. I guess you'd say contentment. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. See, because up over there, that's Jackrabbit Springs. There's centaurs and super mutants, masters mixed in that spawn there. While they do have good loot, I'm not really looking for a gunfight of that magnitude. I think if you go up through there, like towards where that windmill is, I think that's actually Wolfhorn Farm. Somewhere in those mountains, somewhere, it might be going over the peak, there's death claws, and it's quite a few. It might be where, I forget what it's called, Windbone Cavern or something. It's somewhere around here, I think. It's where the Thorn, the Beastmaster Lucy for the Thorn, I guess she's just a master of the Thorn. She'll send you to collect a cluster of Deathclaw eggs. It's actually a quest item. It's not just a certain quantity of single Deathclaw eggs, so you actually have to get it during the quest, which means you end up having to go back there for the quest anyway. And when you do, it is a cluster of Deathclaws. Wonder what's here. I was kind of sheepish coming through this area before, but I'm pretty firm in my belief now that it's not Deathclaws, that it's something else. Oh, it's a coyote. Huh, the coyote herd. The pack of coyotes respawned. Where'd it go? I can't hit it at this distance. It'd be a Hail Mary. My revolver would hit them, but... Is there more? I'm always suspicious when you start getting into these hills and there is enemies at the summit of the hills like that. Sometimes you can look at them. If they're moving side to side quickly, they're almost always Cazadors. In this case, I do not see that particular behavior. Deathclaws do move pretty slowly when they're not alerted. But aside from that one time, and sometimes I think this game, someone, when they were developing this game, decided to have a laugh, and instead of putting like a wall up somewhere where it's like, oh, if you try to cross the mountains, you're gonna hit this invisible wall and you can't walk any farther. They made it so if you try to scale the mountain to shortcut the map to get to the strip quicker, you run into Deathclaws and Night Stalkers. It might be right here. One of these paths, I just almost want to just find it, just so that I can, once they attack me, look at the map. What the fuck? Just look at the map to see where it is that I encounter them so that I can not go there anymore. What the fuck are you people doing? It's bizarre. Let's see what you're doing.
Howdy.
Hey there.
Very strange. Anti-venom is always useful. Why not? It's the Prospector's Den. I guess they're beginning to re-inhabit that. Kind of gives me a... Go clockwise.
Howdy.
I needed to tweak that. There's Black Mountain there, so that's directly south. East. If I go here, there. I think in the past I had less downtime with this build. Oh. I must be seeing things. It looked like something was burnt into my screen and then it moved. It looked like, I kind of still see it. It looked like the emblem for a copyright where it's the C with the circle around it, but it was like as big as a baseball. And it was right in the center, right above the reticle. And then it kind of like glided off to the right. Very strange. It's probably a respawn time period for these animals, and I used to spend a lot of time in front of the gun runners, just standing there, waiting, you know, fast forwarding time in order to get their inventory to respawn to get what I wanted. I'm using the revolver here versus the shotgun because these enemies are far too aggressive for the single shotgun. I'd shoot the first one and then I'd get overwhelmed. It's even worse with the fire geckos. The range just isn't what I find appropriate, but the what do you call it? Triple aught buckshot, magnum buckshot.
Trouble.
It's just entertaining sometimes. But a triple aught magnum buckshot, the hand loader recipe, you'd think that that would be better than the slugs, which you don't need hand loader for, but it kind of just creates this round that, albeit powerful, doesn't really have a decent effective range, and it puts more wear on your gun, and you just kind of like, at least from what I used a shotgun for, I just kind of shrug my shoulders real slowly and, you know, make a disappointed sigh and say, you know, it's not useful. Sorry. So you guys will see me using hand loader recipes for this and that, like that, match ammo. This is just gonna get slugs because it's better. I think that that's geckos up there. I can say that it's definitely a trade-off, and neither one of them is completely ideal, but I can say that the slow follow-up shot of this single shotgun is a pain in the ass. What I found to be more of a pain in the ass was using the lever action shotgun, going out on a hunting expedition, coming back, and having to pay 500-600 caps to return it to full health. Because with jury rigging now, I could probably get around that and just... I could probably get around that and just repair it with something else. Though I don't know, I guess I would use a cowboy repeater to repair it. But I just don't know if it's worth it. Because cowboy repeaters, if you're buying one that's full health, I mean, you're looking at, you know, damn near a grand a pop as it is. I have better criticals and finesse, so that's one of the reasons why you're seeing me just dropping all these criticals. That and, you know, sneak attack criticals are given under those circumstances. And I did get the supporting perks for it, and that was intentional. But really, I'm using these shotguns as big bore rifles. Is it a legitimate real-world strategy to hunt with a shotgun? Yes, it is. In the scope of this game, I'm using slugs and not buck or pellet. It's a big bore rifle. Get the fuck out of here. Showing up on my radar. I prefer the reloading animation of the single action revolvers, the gate loaded ones, but you can't deny the stats on that gun. What is it? Oh, hello. Yeah, you hit final, I guess it's tier 3 on all of those type challenge perks. Quicker than most people would. I'm okay. Oh, the searchlight is down here. I forgot about that. I should be getting towards Brockflower Cave if I'm not already past it, and then I should be getting near Searchlight. I could get Dinner Bell, and it would help with that Curios and Relics, making that go up quicker, but I missed. I'm not sure why it gave me that shot unless it registered it before the reticle dropped, but I missed. I wasn't even close. Let's see, where is Searchlight? Searchlight's not going to appear on my map yet. Searchlight is here or here. I think this is where the NCR cordon is. And then this is Searchlight. I think the Legion, it's something like the Legion hit Searchlight with a dirty bomb or something. I don't know. It's got NCR based feral ghouls in it. Being a fairly heavy shotgun user, it's not really bothering me that much. I'd prefer to have something with follow-up, so I'm probably going to What are you doing? Crouch. Yeah, I know I'm in danger. Well, that is quite a few enemies. Eddie's got that long range, but I mean, I could, going in here, go and get Raoul. But I mean, her with Pushy and Oh Baby in her inventory already, if one depletes, she'll use the other. I mean, she's going to be one-hit killing them, albeit they're going to have to get to melee range, so she'll be more susceptible to being surrounded. but I generally use her as a tank and let them attack her, and I will just shoot them when they attack her. And for practicality, I can say that I can say that carrying a revolver with a shotgun is not unrealistic. Not to mention, game or real world, carrying it makes sense because the shotgun, unless you're using, a rifled barrel with matching slugs, you're not really getting the incredible accuracy that you would need to fend off a threat at range. Now, aside from the weight of the weapon and ammunition, I would say that a rifled barrel on a shotgun with the proper ammunition for the rifled barrel, and that's out to like 300 feet. That'd be a far enough range that if you knew what you were doing, most people that aren't using magnified optics, so they're within like range that you'd be lining up just factory iron sights, you'll be able to fend them off. I'm not saying you're not going to be shot and maybe hit, but wow. Yeah, that spread was way out. It's wasting ammo. That's why we use this. I'm not really interested in getting heavily involved in Searchlight and the quest line here. So that's Searchlight there. I'm just trying to skirt it since the Legion shouldn't attack me. And hunting ghouls can be somewhat productive. I mean, you're not... For the work that I have to put into getting the resources for this ammunition, it's not really economical. But it is a known and easily found source of enemies that I can use to up the kill count on this revolver. Why do I hear a radio in the distance? I don't mean in game. I hear a radio in this room, like one of my neighbors is playing a radio very loud. I hope that's not bleeding over into the audio you hear. What the fuck? No. That's not why we were here. We'll go to Novak, rearm, if not rest. Drop all that out. See Play Store. I play from local. Because, see here. And that should turn off on its own. Let's see if it connects. It does connect on its own. Okay, that's good. I gotta switch this, it's annoying me. Yes. Okay. There we go. Let's turn that down a skosh. I don't know if this helps at all, the value. I'm dealing in volume, not really in anything else. Don't care. I like how the karma will decrease. Even though you know nobody saw you because you be getting lead right in your back. I should probably stop making 20 gauge slugs. Switch over to 12 gauge. Because I need 75 in guns to handle the dinner bell, or to handle the hunting shotgun at full, I guess you'd say at full accuracy. If your guns or your strength aren't high, or your skill, connected skill in this case guns, or your strength isn't high enough, your accuracy just really sucks because you don't know how to handle the gun properly. No, she carries her own stuff. I shudder to think the amount of wear that she's putting on those very expensive items that I've given her. Why is it so high? Something multiplied in weight. I think I know what it is. I think I'm able to create more than one, yeah. I'm able to create more than one leather belt from each hide. And I heavily invested in it. Now, lucky, at least I felt, is end game appropriate. There's a trail carbine in this guy's house that I could probably nick and
How you doing?
pretty good, Cliff. Thank you for asking.
Welcome back. Can I get you anything? Sure thing. Have a look.
Rat meat. Doesn't sound good at all. I don't know. I need to go see Ruby. My layout overlay rather is telling me that I have one viewer, and my layer 1 is telling me I have one viewer. The layer 1's also
Prim has a new sheriff.
not listing any viewers at all, so we have a ghost among us. Feels kind of warm in here. If I roll up the one sleeve, it's like, it feels kind of cool in here. Put the sleeve down, it's too warm. Ain't that something? We're gonna stumble on down here so that... Yep, they're here. Okay. They're here somewhere. This might be geckos here. Maybe not. Oh, you were sleeping? Sometimes I wonder about the enemy respawns. I can't fathom that I'm that close to the actual respawn timing for this area that I catch it between when the first
You're making
enemy
me carry the
spawns
heavy
and the
stuff,
rest of
aren't you?
them do. Yeah, you can carry that. Now, this is probably a rad roach over here. I keep saying rad roach. Seem to be in love with saying the word rad roach. It's probably a bloatfly. Yeah, it is. Can't hit a fucking bloatfly. Okay then. The purpose of this hunting build is not to actually get these challenges. It's just the challenges are kind of milestones along the way. Now, we're going clockwise. So we're going to go to Wolfhorn. Wolfhorn should be close enough. And then we'll go into that valley and attack the red scorpions. They might be bark scorpions, and the raiders there. Let's see. Yeah, it's this right here. This gap. Normally you're coming from my left going to my right when you come through this area. I think. Yeah, you come out of Nipton, you come around that corner, there's an ambush there. It's always there the first time you come through. And then you'll see that windmill on your right. Up around, like, right there. Yep, there you go. There are raiders, and they're good for resource farming because it's their spawn point and they're just always there. Sometimes they have 22 pistols, which is like cake. Sometimes they have grenade rifles. More than one of them has a grenade rifle, and it's a nightmare because you gotta go uphill towards them. I'm using a type of leather armor. That's why it seems to be that way. My friend has returned. Hello, F100. Oh my goodness, I hope... That stings a little bit because I didn't mean to do that. Every time I have a playthrough of this game, I do that. I always kick myself. At least I had just fast traveled and I had a save point. I'm wearing lightweight leather armor, which, as far as I can tell, you can't obtain in this game. You have to be given it by the pre-order pack that loads in when your new save is created. But especially with jury rigging, you can delete it, or you can break it down as crafting material to repair a normal leather armor or a reinforced leather armor. When you do so, it disappears and it can't be recovered. So it's slightly less powerful than regular leather armor. Okay. Sold my varmint rifle. You guys still with me? Come on. No. I'll get closer. I'd rather use ammo for this gun than let her swing that hammer. It seems like every time she swings that hammer, it costs me probably, I don't know how many times when she swings it, but every time she kills something with that hammer of hers, it costs me about 75 caps. Yeah, it's that expensive to maintain it. It's the reason why I stopped using the lever action shotgun and went back to the single shotgun. The durability of the item and the cost of making repairs. Wow. I will take it. Arc Scorpion stuff is valuable. Yeah, the foot lockers are empty there. Loot crates don't respawn, but their bodies do. What did I throw on the ground here? If only it gave more than one damage threshold. I do like the Merc Charmer, the way that it looks, and it gives, I guess you'd say, mediocre stats. But it's not like I'm fighting a lot of enemies that, I need a more comfortable chair. It's not like I'm fighting a ton of enemies that are putting out an immense amount of damage. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to still use still use the lightweight leather armor.
Ooh, got something good for
Hold
me?
this.
Is it a dress?
No. But I think I tried giving her Merc Charmer armor once, just to see if she would wear it, to see what it looks like on a female character, because I usually play male characters,
You're
and I
making
don't
me
even
carry
think
the
she'll
heavy
wear it.
stuff, aren't you?
Gimme. I mean, even if I fully upgrade it. Wow, okay, that was almost a mistake happening. No. I will do this, though, because that Charmer armor, I mean, leather armor is as well. See, actually, lightweight leather armor is more powerful than leather armor, but it's less powerful than reinforced leather armor. I can see chat from where I'm sitting. I managed to find a layout that allows me to see the followers, a few other pieces of statistic, as well as the chat. What is he doing out there? I'm looking out the window. So feel free to, write something into the chat if you'd like. I can see it now. I had complained in the past about not being able to, because I play on the Xbox One, so the app is always hidden behind the game. And I would have to use some other method, usually my phone. And the phone kept timing out. It would stop syncing to the chat room. This way, I can actually see it. But from there, Prospector's Den, Coyote Den, I've already gotten. We'll go here. I think I already cleared them and they won't be back yet, but I'll go from here, I'll go to the Ghoul area. I'll go from the Ghoul area, I'll go see if the Powder Gangers have respawned. Let's see if I can walk through the doorway. Nope. What the fuck was that? A gecko? What's a dead gecko doing here? The Burn Man walks. Graffiti like that I think got added in when you get the Northern Passage or whatever it's called expansion. Ooh. Okay. Let's get our groove going. I did find with the Bighorners, which I was having the double and triple tap, because their heads seem to be susceptible to damage much more than their bodies. Is that it? That if I actually crouch down and utilize the sneak attack criticals, since I do have better criticals and finesse, which increase the damage and increase the likelihood of criticals, that I was able to drop the Bighorners in one hit. But prior to my current familiarity with the shotgun that I'm using, and it's probably Bark Scorpions, I'm too far off. Prior to getting to the level of familiarity that I am now with what I'm doing and the weapon I'm using, I wasn't really thinking that I could be close enough to an enemy to get a kill with the shotgun, and close enough to get a sneak attack critical and get an effective hit, and it appears that now I am.
Ooh, got something good for me?
I should probably give her reinforced something else, but that was a opportunity that I was able to. I need to sell something, but not right now. Before you tuned in today, I was, I guess, talking to myself. Albeit this build is biased toward shotgun use, I'm more so using the shotguns as big bore hunting rifles, because I could go get like a brush gun, which would do the job at a considerably greater distance. But I'd also be using ammo that costs 4 times as much. I mean, I could even be doing what I'm doing, but using a hunting revolver, but I'm still chewing up that 4570 ammo, which is, at the volume of ammo that I use, is cost prohibitive. Did he really just throw a piece of dynamite at me? Oh, he's dying. Oh, he missed. I was about to say. I don't know if that's a unique model or not, but she's using a unique weapon. I don't know if it's the model for the actual item is unique or not. But it's very powerful. Very, very powerful. Not sure where she thought she was going. Did you just see him disappear? What's he using, a 9mm? A sneak attack critical, like he didn't know he was being attacked. Okay, dynamite. No. No, 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 no. What do we got here? Yeah, I was right. Oh, what the hell's going on over here? I see running. We're gonna go check that out because I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this guy's doing. It's uncommon that part of the map that you see a human just running around like a hooligan. Stop. Talk.
Howdy. Prim wimped out and accepted NCR rule. Some people will do anything to feel safe. Howdy.
Give me that bark scorpion. I don't know. I'm not even sure how he got there. I mean, he probably walked, but I'm not sure why he got there. Red scorpions? Yeah. That reminds me I need to go visit Ruby. Okay. More rad scorpions, no doubt. They are pretty damn close to this trading post here, which is, as I've on other playthroughs, wiped out.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
They're pretty well armed. Okay. Let's see. Shit, I'm not even using the right ammo. It's a lot of enemies for this area. Baby red scorpions, perhaps. Hell's Motel up there is probably where the rest of them are at. I've been in here before, yeah, I have. Hell's Motel. At some point, it's going to be changing from red scorpions to ghouls as we start to get into these higher elevations.
Trouble.
Okay. Let's see. There's the ghouls. I mean, no way I'm making a shot at that distance, but at least I've detected them. So there should be one there, there's one there, and there's one there. That counts for my 3 enemies. I do not believe that I have silent running, so if I can get close enough to get a sneak attack critical. Of course, kind of peeving me that it'll go to a, it'll take out an entire health bar, but it won't kill the person. Quite a few ghouls around here.
Trouble.
Killing them at great distance, while it may seem impressive, is less utilitarian. It means I gotta walk more to find the bodies. Sometimes I don't find the bodies at all. This, I know I missed a body somewhere. When they fall over, they kind of just look like a piece of the crap landscape. Oh, found it. Okay, from here, since we're close, we'll go here. We go to the Mojave outpost, and then we will repair and refit, and then head back out. And while I'm nearby, though, I keep forgetting I need to...
Been doing a lot of good work.
go to Prim and talk to Ruby Nash. Well,
You're making me carry the heavy stuff, aren't you?
Hello.
Background? Just my luck. What'll it be this time?
surprised a merchant would even buy human meat. I guess if they didn't know what it was. So we go from here to Prim. Switch over my Rad Scorpion Poison Glands to casseroles. And shit, what time is it? This is locked. No, it's not. I don't know if this is ever locked.
Welcome back. Good. Is that right? Then hand them over, and I'll get to baking a whole batch.
How many did I have?
Yeah.
This
Howdy.
guy. He's an available trader, but if he pays NCR taxes, as he loves to tell you, and he jacks up his prices because of it. His prices increased by like 50% or 100% on small items, so you really get boned. Oh my. What soundtrack do we want to turn on now? Let's see, an album, an artist, album. Yeah, this'll work. Now let's go harass Chet.
You looking to buy some supplies? Pleasure doing business with.
Ah, my ear itched. Ah, fudge, oh fudge, oh fudge. Okay, let's see. Is anything spawned here yet? There's something over here. we're gonna expand out a little bit. Go somewhere that I haven't gone before, because sometimes you encounter new spots. It's doing something. Got all these railroad tracks going east, going west. And up up near that building there was a death claw just kind of chilling in the road. No, thank you. Well, there's probably people watching that are thinking I'm a wuss because I won't fight death claws. It's really, as much as it is me being a wuss, and I will take that on the chin, it's also that this build is just, it's not useful to this build to fight death claws. You have an enemy that's tough, that can sponge a lot of damage and can put out a lot of damage, so it's a legitimate threat that I'm killed, and I go through a lot of valuable ammo fighting one, only to, I mean, they drop virtually worthless loot. So if you're not fighting one for the purpose of, what do you want? The clamp to hold the battery. Oh. Sorry, we're having a momentary crisis here. No, my brother-in-law is a computer major, and bless his heart, he is not a mechanic. Let's open this in the full app. So just bear with me. I'm going to go somewhere meaningful where I can wait and quickly explain to him how to fix his problem, and then we'll get back to business. What did I just click on my phone? Okay. It's kind of odd that he'd be putting a battery in his car already. Really, I'd say. I wonder if it. He's at an auto parts store. I think that I think the people that work at the auto parts store are telling him to put his own battery in, which in a way is kind of comical. Because as far as I know, they shouldn't be doing that. They should be doing it for him. But I had heard that they were trying to get away from doing that for people, putting them in, which kind of limits their usefulness. But
Hello, potential customer. Hello, potential customer.
I didn't realize this guy was this bad with cars. I'm letting time pass because this gun runner needs to refresh his inventory, but positive first is correct. Okay, let's talk to this guy while he's typing his response.
I am ready to
I appreciate you being patient with me, F100, because I can't really tell my brother-in-law to go away. I mean, if he's asking me a car question and I know the answer, I feel like it'd be wrong to tell him to pound sand, but it's one of those things that, from what I'm hearing, from what he's saying, it's an honest mistake. He was changing the battery and he dropped the nut and he can't find it. He's just asking me where it could have fallen to, and he's just going through the motions saying, hey, look, did I do this right? And so far he seems to have everything under control, but I think that his confidence was shaken when he dropped that part and couldn't find it. And so he's just asking for a double check on everything he's doing. I mean, it's the kind of stuff that I would ask my dad. If I was this guy asking the questions, I'd be asking my dad. I wouldn't be asking my brother-in-law. It's just not his area of expertise. And for some reason, I guess because I'm playing through the soundbar, This guy sends me a message. I'm just gonna simplify this down a lot because I think he's just anxious. I never thought I'd have to explain to a 29-year-old individual how to put a car battery in, but I don't know. It ain't so bad. I'm surprised that his car at the age that it's at that it needs a battery already. These new cars eat batteries quickly. I don't want to cut this guy short. I don't. But it occurred to me I'm having a Chrysler vehicle that they have a immobilizer system to prevent you from taking the battery out to disable the alarm and then try to hotwire it. That if he's changing the battery, there's a possibility that car is not going to start after he puts the new battery in. But there's nothing I can do about that. Him being the first owner of the car from the factory, he should have the owner's manual that has the code in the back of it to restart the anti-theft system after he puts a battery in. But that's beyond what I'm comfortable explaining via text message. How close am I to... $21.13. Oh wow, I'm close as you know what. We're gonna go kill a few things and get this up. Where is this? This is Raoul's shack. Might be enough down here. I could probably, with all this moving around I'm doing, I could probably go back to Jamestown. Whoa, they are closer than I thought they were going to be. Oh, and it's nighttime. Fuck, is there something over there? That's way far over there. Should be enough. This thing would stop walking because I think it's walking faster than I am. How did I miss? Oh, all hell probably just broke loose. Probably got every swinging set of antenna in the area coming towards me. Nope, maybe they're deaf. This one's an outlier, so I'm gonna come in and sweep it. What are you shooting at? Oh. Yeah, I should be leveling up very quickly if it's dropping 50 experience per. Wasn't that far off, I was about to say. Now I can go to the hunting shotgun. Eddie dee dee. Eddie dee dee. Come on. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Ant. I should have ant crap. Here we go. Okay. I'll finish off this area because coming back to it to kill 2 enemies is kind of lackluster. But now I can go drop probably 7 or 8 grand into the gunrunner terminal to get a hunting shotgun and a choke. I'm not really as concerned with I don't know. It seems like it's random number generator when it comes to these when it comes to the hit ratio on the shotguns. But we're going back to the gun runners. My back itches and I feel kind of slimy. Not even sure why.
Welcome, sir, or
The gun I'm using is not worth that much. I am legitimately concerned about the repair costs that this hunting shotgun is going to have. Let's see if he keeps what I need in stock. I bet he doesn't. Yeah, of course he does not. He does keep a scope for a trail carbine. Whoop-de-freaking do. Freaking do. Do. See how much he wants for a trail carbine. We'll take it. Instead of doing that, I could just go do the Thorn mission. I should probably do that. But to get the dinner bell, you have to go kill Deathclaws. And I mean, I do have Veronica with me, so it's not an utterly daunting and impossible task, but... Oh, I guess I have to overcome that hang up eventually.
They'll never see the haymaker. No, sorry, you're making me carry the heavy stuff, aren't you?
I don't think this stuff really that valuable, but it gets it out of my inventory and his.
Welcome, Sir Orm.
Still over encumbered. I didn't sell it.
Welcome, Sir Orm.
That's what it was. Good Springs Cave. I'm not familiar with what Good Springs Cave is. All kinds of stuff going on. Anyway, we'll fix up some steaks first. It's probably powder gangers. Maybe powder gangers over here, but to my right is geckos. That ain't it. See, that's what I like to see. Shots that connect. Let's see what... got his car started, which is good, but I don't know. He got it started, but I don't think it was a legitimate repair. I think he may have done some rigging, some jury rigging. Get off the side of the road, and like I said, he's not a car guy. I don't know how many people on his side of the family are, but he's not my brother, he's my brother-in-law, and I know my sister isn't literate enough with cars to fix something like that. And I kind of have reservations about going and telling my dad what's going on, because my dad, I don't know. My dad has some certain strong opinions about a young man the age of my brother-in-law that doesn't know certain things about cars. I guess it's just a baby boomer thing, you know. How could you not know about cars, and so on and so forth. What is this? Hidden? No, I don't want this. Hidden. Current hosts. Sorry, I'm trying to drop something in here because I'm getting data in on my layout that isn't meaning much to me. Current host list. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. Thank you, Jofra TV and Noob Report, for the host. What are you doing growling at me? I didn't know this was actually a cave. I thought it was just a black area. As this game tends to have a lot of decorative cave openings that really are just there for the purpose of being like an animal nest. Huh. I'm over encumbered by a pack of cigarettes.
You're making me carry the heavy stuff, aren't you?
We'll fix this right now. Not by doing that. I'm regretting several times over now getting that jury rigging perk, as I am breaking unique weapons to fix normal weapons. The thorn should be like here. So, we're gonna go find it, and we're gonna go do the Bleed Me Dry quest to get the dinner bell. Said before, I'm not really in this. You get away. Oh, you're going down. Ooh, right in the noggin. Right in the noggin. It's not even worth taking their armor. I mean, some of their armor, get out of my way. I guess you could say is decent. I guess. But I mean, it's not that great. It's light armor. Okay. But with jury rigging, should be able to do something. Okay. See, that's not so bad. That makes me want to go get the lever action again. If I can break it like that. Sell some of this shit out of my inventory. I'm starting to get a lot of healing items. Not the best place to go to sell off excess stuff, but it's better than nothing.
Welcome, sir or madam.
You're making me carry the heavy.
Welcome, sir or madam.
It's 48. Keep the gecko steaks, get rid of the drugs. That's 60. Sell that. I don't need nearly that many. I could. How much do they want for this anyway? 27, I mean that's not too bad. I could repair that with a cowboy repeater, albeit they're not really that easy to find either. I mean I could go kill fiends, but as the levels progress... No, we're gonna leave it alone. Go find the thorn. I don't know if my leather armor will be repairable with fiend armor. I do not think it will be. I need to go north. So the thorn is kind of on the outskirts of New Vegas. I'm not here to fight. Let's switch over to this. I should, in my opinion, go find something to use other than the single shotgun and that gun revolver. the 5.56 revolver because, I mean, I'm really under-geared for my level. This armor you get at the beginning of the game, fully upgraded, I mean, it is pretty good. But it's not so good that you're really going to be finishing the game wearing it unless you're some type of sneak build. But I'm trying to keep the weight down, and it's considered medium armor, I'm pretty sure. Which means that it doesn't degrade my sneak attempt as much. I think I might be in the wrong place, honestly. So the thorn is underground, so it's got a guard outside of it. But other than that, I want to say it's on the west side. But I'm not entirely sure. It's just kind of like a manhole at a cross street. I do not think that it is inside of Raider territory, but that's about all I know. That ain't it. I got excited for a second there. Yep, there it is. It's got a big ass sign, actually. And a whole mess of guards. Now they're the west side residents.
Keep an eye on your stuff, damn thieves.
What's his face?
NCR should head back to their lands.